Okay, yo, yo, yo to the yo, 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 and phew, I made it. Made it with the price at $88.89.99. And let me get some things sorted out on the share side. Give me a couple moments here. What we want to do is, there's the older live chat. We want to keep that going. And we want to head over to Twitter. Welcome. Let's go to the tweet of the day, which was the one that looked like, all right, it had all of the, all right, let's see, where is it, where is it, where is it? Here it is, right here. Bitcoin moving. All right, there we go. We know that works. And then we'll go ahead and put the link in. Sorry if you guys are seeing this. Link in. There we go. I'll be done in just a moment, guys. Okay, let's move us back over to the chart and get us into the, do a 3-minute. I think that'll be adequate. We get into the 1 minute, it gets a little squanchy here. Move the chart over to the left just a little tiny bit. And then we'll hit up the external chat. So give me just a moment to do that. Trade is at 89.04, 89.04, 44, 89.04. Okay, and then we want to, I saw your pop-up, Alfredo. I'll head over there in just a moment. Oh, good. I think you should. Definitely. All right, so let's X out of that. We'll welcome the chat. And we'll pop out the chat. And there we go with that. I think we're all squared up. There's no description in this video too, by the way. I put everything, all the resources over to Twitter. And we'll go ahead and X out of that. Trading at 89.33.20, 89.33.20, and we will get TweetDeck up, which is a better resource right now than Twitter. And let's see if we were able to get our own tweet in there. 25 seconds. All right, where's our tweet? Come on, guys. Tweet's got to be in there somewhere. Should have put something in there. You know what, CME, I did put CME in there. Should have put, you know what I'll do? Let me see here. There we are, right here. So that's how it looks. I'll take a copy, just so we've got it. what it looks like. And there we go. See, I mean, I can comment from here. I should probably do a test of that, see if that works. Because I can add more real estate on there. And then, of course, we can see that we went in at 8,800. First of all, we gave fair warning at 87.99, came back in with the tweet at 8,800, and then now we're trading at 89.46. Okay, go back to the chart. Let me grab this chat, and then we're waiting on the Nightbot right now. Do signals to make sure the Nightbot's working. There we go. And do Fibonacci. Make sure that's working. There we go. We pick up the green heart. Copy the green heart. Green heart / green heart is also a Nightbot command. I wonder if I put a space in there, is that what happened? I think it looks like there is a space. No, that should work. All right, so that one's not working. Trades at 89.05 now. All right, let's see how TweetDeck's holding up to this bar. It's liquidating some longs now. It's the number of shorts, which doesn't really look. Okay, well, that's 35,400, 47,250, 792. Ah, this one here, liquidated short, 204,000 contracts. This one right here. That's some kind of crazy. Let's go back over to TweetDeck because you'll have your chart in front of you. We're liquidating longs, 1,000 longs, 4,800 longs. Looking for bigger numbers here, 5,800 on the short side. Let's see where we're at with this. Second bar in the 3-minute. Taking this thing short to 88.06, 88.23. 25 seconds ago, we had a liquidation of longs over at BitMEX, but not the same numbers. That's some kind of crazy there. All right, so the green heart didn't work. And we have rules. Let's go to rules. See if that works. There we go. All right, I'm just going to let it run. Traders are scrambling right now. $8,900. And if they were just sorting out where the stops were, liquidating longs on Dash, the numbers aren't big enough. And I can't say that the chat is too crazy. This is this thing about being very lackadaisical about these prices. Because 88 gets you 95. And 9,500, pardon me, gets you 10,000. So there should be more talking about this. $89.01.21. Oh wow, look at that lineup. Smart contracts, banking, crypto. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's some kind of, we had one hell of a lineup there. Cryptocurrency, blockchain, fintech, digital disruption, Bitcoin, Ethereum. My goodness. Look at all that. $89.07. Go back over to the chart. Also, Alfredo, just so that you know, I'm live right now. And I think maybe we can see your messages come up. So don't overshare, okay? I'll write you a little note. Because I think that we see those in the live. You don't see the entire message, but if you start your message off the way that you just did, then you might want to rethink that. I even think that if I pop out the our chat, that's why I haven't been doing it on the live, is that you can actually see the chat as well. All right, so let me go back over to our own pop-out chat and say hello. All right, Alfredo, I hope you're getting that. I'm not going to write you back, you know what I mean? Because I think that whole window comes up. All right, let's take a look at TweetDeck again. 3 minutes ago was the last BitMEX. So looks like this is going to be a very slow and painful volatility, this whole area up here. So let's move the trade over a little bit. So as you probably know, Bitfinex is down from maintenance. And of course there is some concern about that. Anytime that there's a price like this, there's all sorts of ideas as to why this would happen, and then that scheduled maintenance would come in, and there's no time given as to how long the scheduled maintenance takes place. There's no good time. So, you know, and as time goes along, then, scheduled maintenance will be more expected, and then people, will know, I guess, be alerted more frequently or something. I'm not too sure how that should work out, because I'm certain that these exchanges that they need to do, whether it's scheduled or unscheduled, I don't know which one you would rather have. Scheduled maintenance in which there's no time given, or unscheduled maintenance where the exchange is coming and saying, it'll be an hour or 2 hours. We've seen that before with some of the exchanges. So what we can do up in these levels, guys, is that you can do a progressive Fibonacci if you're trying to validate kind of what the move is. I mean, we are in very high territory here. It was every reason the 8,800 was and have been talked about. And of course, then you have the classic 8888, all the numbers that kind of line up. So there's some superstition even can be up here in the trade. It's 8 o'clock. On the East Coast, 88, 88, 88. These kind of these pins looking for the stops. It's called a stop hunt right there. And so you can do some Fibonacci if you want to, just to kind of calibrate. It would be a classic move for the trade to come down and retest the lows. And if this can hold up, however, and we'll go in there and I'll throw a fib on. If this can hold up, then, just needs to kind of readjust, and it will take its move to 9,000. And I'm always very optimistic this way, but the trade is the trade. There's no, I mean, we can experiment with doing predictions or my projections. My projection is that, Bitcoin is going to be a higher price. The problem is my prediction could be incorrect in 2 minutes from now, 15 minutes from now, even 150 days from now. Does that make me less able? No, because no one knows what's going to happen. All you can have are projections, not predictions. Just projections, and then, of course, managing from there. A lot of this trade has to do with get your ego out of the way, get politics out of the way, get core out of the way, get a lot of things out of your head, and just be focused on the action of price plotted according to a chart that you feel like you can follow and that's informative to you. And there are plenty of things out there. You can even create your own, and so that at least gives you some sort of dialogue with price. You're like, what is she talking about? Dialogue with price. What do I need to dialogue with price for? All right, so here's the 15-minute. This is what's happened up here. Very interesting wick. And so we'll go ahead. It's a decent-sized wick, and we will just grab a simple Fibonacci tool. I'll do some perfection on it if you want me to. And what we want to do is we want to see what the high is. The high is 89.48 to the penny. So we go into the tool, 89.48 to the penny. And that was up here. 89.48 is the price 1. And the end of the wick, which was the low, was 88.06 to the penny. 88.06 to the penny. We open up the tool and we go to 88.06 to the penny. And we go, okay. So now our Fibonacci is perfected. We have the high, we have the low, and we're using this one bar to help us calibrate. Go into the 5-minute to see the health. We don't change anything now, okay? Don't change anything about this. We know that price, actually, let me see what, let's go ahead and get our 15-minute bar in there because the bar is so small, and I don't want to change the font size, although I could. Let me do that then. Style. And can I change the font? Yes. Can I change the font or no? It used to be. No, I can't. I'm reading this top to bottom, so I can. Visibility? No. So I cannot change the font. So we know that it's wedged in here somewhere. Actually, if I pick this up again, let's see if we can get. No, we're not getting price labels. So that. If you can imagine this, if this was a deeper wick, that our price, we want the price to stay inside this magenta area and definitely go above the 89.05. 89.05 maintains the strength of the move. And of course, if we come down to 87.94, I don't know why it's reading 87.94. The low is 88.06. What's the problem here? 88, why is that moving? Hold up. There's 88.06. And there's 89.48. That moved on us. There we go. Oh, that even moved there. Oh, I don't know why that's doing that. No idea. I think it's because we need to put it on a bigger time frame. Go, just open it up like that. Zoom in. Let's just see if we can get in here more tight. So see, we're seeing 89.48. And it took it up 17 cents, and then 88.04 should be 06. So that's what I don't get. It's not letting me keep 88.06. There we go. It did then. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I wasn't on the bar. Okay. So we know that the price is at 88.79. And we can see this red line is right inside this magenta area and right below this ochre area or orange area that you see here. Go ahead and get into the 3-minute. Once again, you can see this green line here. So let's see if we can get price to just skip off. Be happy. Go back over to TweetDeck. 3 minutes since the liquidation. Let me go ahead and refresh. Liquidation of shorts and longs and longs and longs and longs. All right, so I'll take the fourth column off of my name and we'll go ahead and see what's going on with the Finex. So the TweetDeck is saying that they're back up. $89.02, $89.02, $89.03. Looking for $89.10. Do we have any takers to $89.10? $89.10. Looking for $89.10. Go ahead and take off the TweetDeck. Check our chat. See how the bot's doing. We're missing some bot time stuff. It's not coming through. All right. $89.09. Do we have $89.10? 80 cents away from $89.10. Do we have $89.10? Looking for a buyer at $89.10. $89.08, $89.02. Going to try for it again. $89.10. Looking for a buyer to $89.10. $88.99. No buyers at $89.10. Right. Just keep on it. So you can see how this Fibonacci kind of helps you guide, right? Because we need to stay within a certain range before the trade really doesn't have anything but to kind of fall apart. So need to keep this price up here if we're going to get to the 9,000, 89.10. Well, of course, that's obvious, but we just can't have it collapse in on itself. The weight of the trade itself will start to collapse if there's not interest and risk wanting to be taken at 89.10. So that's why I'm calling out for 89.10. All right, let's see how we look on YouTube. Sorry for the bright. We'll go from the night mode to bright mode. It's different. Right, so that looks nice and clean. And the chat looks good. Good, good, good. And there's no description tonight. So that's nice and clean. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, trades at 88.96. Nice big window. Down to 88.97, pardon me. I don't know if the all you command is still available. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what I need to do in that one? I need to put the red dot. Actually, the entire emoji set I need to put there. To remind myself to do that. Because I need the red dot in there. $89.05. Halfway there, guys. Looking for $89.10. So we're in a good range right here for $89.10. All this has to hold up. It's very hard for the trade to do because there's not a lot of risk going on. Nobody wants to do anything. Shorts don't want to go ahead and take the risk. It's an expensive short up here. And the longs might have just thought, you know what? This is good enough. We can hang out here at $89.05. All right, I'll go ahead and pull up our Nightbot since I said that we were going to be doing some work on the Nightbot. Okay, this is how our Nightbot's been going. It's pretty good. Custom. And we've been working between the / command and the exclamation point. And it seems as though the exclamation point likes to have certain emojis. The / poultry does not work. So see, there you go. But the exclamation seems to like the, now even if I was to go / Bitcoin, I don't think this one works either. Let's go back here, come here and see if this one works. Sure it does. Okay, I think it does. All right, so the ones that we have all use set to the alias, exclamation point, 2 poultry legs, and then this one here, which is the live. I think this one should be. Yes, that's the subscribers go live with me. Yeah, so that's pretty good. I think it's a good little spectrum of ways that we can have some fun with the Nightbot. Now I just have to figure out how it can run over at OBS, which is probably going to take me a little while. So we have support, signals, rules, Fibonacci, Bitcoin, the all you, which is actually very fun. And what I should probably do with the all you is let me go ahead and throw in the red emoji if I can. Let me cancel that. Put the red emoji in there. Go here, go edit, and actually throw it in here so it's the first one. So we have the red emoji, the green heart, right? This is to remind us. We have the green heart. And let me submit that. And then we have Bitcoin, Fibonacci, rule signals, and support. Okay, so I think that that's what I'll do for the all you. Let's see if that works. It's all you. Okay, that's good. So those would be all the commands. All right, so I'll change the wording all you, and this would be the word Bitcoin, Fibonacci, oops, rules, signals, and support. And the exclamation point, so go submit, back down to 8,900. And let's try all you again. Ooh, didn't go, oh, you know why? Maybe because of the comma. What did I put in here? All you. See like what happened. Bitcoin. Oh, it's probably, no, you should be able to, let's see. Alias. Bitcoin. Fibonacci. Rules. Signals. Support. Let's see what happens if I do that. Submit. 8,900. Try all you again. There we go. So those are all the signals. So that works. Did I do support already? All right, I'm not going to mess with it too much more because now the support, this one is not working, the support one. I could try, and let me go ahead and do exclamation point. And to the top too, do you see that? Exclamation support. Hmm. I'll have to pick another emoji. Um, let's do a blue heart. Pick a blue heart. We'll pen a different one. Exclamation blue heart. It's also going to take some time too. We'll wait for that to rotate around, I think. 8877, so we're getting into kind of scary spice here. We really need to stay above. We need to stay in this range, and we've done that pretty well leading up to the half hour. So you can see how this is modulated. Just remember, we're keeping track of that 15-minute bar. So we got a high and a low, and we fibbed that. And then we just have to stay within this range, or else we start looking at pattern, whether or not that there's a support line here somehow. There might be. You might be able to take a little support line from here through here. If you guys want to see how that's done. Just going to grab this wick here and drive it through here. And so you can see we need to really stay in this range here and then to keep moving up. But you can do things like that. If you need to know how to overmanage in the beginning at these prices, you do have to really be very strict on yourself. We all know that the trade could easily come to the 8, which is the EMA, Ruby's EMA, the 12, Ruby's EMA. It could drop through Ruby to the 51, the 96, which is at my break potential line. This is acting like a magnet right now, by the way, this 83.24 and the 86. And then, of course, very quickly could move below 8,000 at the 243 line, which is down here. So these are all potential moves to the downside, okay, to break up and break down your profit. So you need to look at it that way. It's like dropping over an anchor, right? You have to figure out what that anchor is and what will keep you anchored to your profit. And you do not want to accept anything less as a trader than, you don't want to be separated from your money. Don't want to be separated from your profits. So this is why sometimes a chart, especially a working trader's chart, can start to look very complex. It's not something that we share with the world. And when you decide that you do want to share what you know with the world, it can be, it can look to, like useless, but each trader needs to define what works for them and also what they're willing to accept. A lot of this has to do with ego. The ego doesn't want to believe that they're wrong, that it's wrong, because if it did, then survival would be difficult. But you need to be reminded when you are wrong. Maybe you don't necessarily want to believe that you are, but you certainly need to be reminded. And having a good chart can really guide you with that, if that makes sense. And I said that we would be live until 9 o'clock. If you can believe it, it's 8:32 New York time on a beautiful Saturday evening. And here we're having some stops being hunted. Okay, so we're breaking trend. And this would be the same thing even if the chart was a 3-day chart. We're breaking the trend line. So what has to happen here is that the close must hold trend. Okay, we have 27 seconds left, 26 seconds. Don't get ahead of ourselves. And the close must hold the trend. We can see that the 8 has been moved down to the downside, very similar to how the Bollingers work. They open up, it opens up to accept the lower price. 88.39 with 1 second left, and it looks as though the trend did not hold, so we really have to make some decisions here. 88.31, and we were looking for 89.10. 88.31. The trade is completely out of formation for the Fibonacci. Now it could be coming down here to refuel. So this area in here, it's an abyss in a way. And we'll probably see some, there may not be that much volatility right here because people are trying to sort out what they might want to do. Go back to the Hangout. And I might be on mute for a little bit here. I'm going to do that, I think. And we'll go for, it's 8:34. Okay. There we go. All right, back live with you guys. So we survived. That's why you have these trend lines to help you. We definitely need to come back in here pretty strong. Check out and see what Twitter's up to. Thank you, LT News Bot. Appreciate it. Go to the tweet activity and see how we did with this one here. 472 impressions, 14 engagements, 3% engagement rate. So this is better than the earlier. No, that one got 807 impressions. 807 impressions there. And then this one, 472 in 45 minutes. So that's pretty good, I think. So I'm happy with that. And see, with OBS, I could keep you on focused on the chart and then go have a split screen, you know. So that's what I want to see if I can work on a little bit more, probably after the first of the year. Might be able to see how good I can get at it. And then, of course, the chat is going really on Nightbot mode with the trader rules. And you'll notice up above, if you put /Bitcoin or the word Fibonacci or the word rules, signals, and the word support, you will get delivery of certain things. So, for example, the rules has more to do with Ruby's rules. And there are 3 placards that you'll find over at that tweet that go through the set of rules. And then on the Fibonacci, I believe, I have to go back over there and see what it is on the Fibonacci post. I don't know what I have over there, actually. I'm sure it made a lot of sense when I built it. All right, so we're doing well. We are inside of the range now. It's pretty healthy. They're going to take us down. They'll start to do some damage here. And certainly they'll do some damage at the double top. So, but this is looking pretty good. But if they're going to do some damage, it will be in this range. So caution. Should probably have some water. And then I will be live for only another 10 minutes or so. 88.90. 88.90. See if we can get to the good solid 8,900. We're really looking for 89.1775 plus. That will really tell the bears to be on quick notice. 89.1775 is the request. 89.1775. Any takers towards 89.1775? 88.90, just seller's candle. 88.9322 and a seller's candle. We're looking for 89.1775 with a buyer's push. Sellers at 88.93. Seller candle still survives at 88.93. Seller's candles at 88.93. 2 minutes left. Still a seller's candle. Buyers are coming in now at 88.93 half. 88.93 half. Buyers are interested in the second half of the candle. 88.93, 88.94. Do we have 88.95? 88.95, 88.93, 86 has to hold. 88.93, 86 has to hold long. 88.93, 86 must hold for the longs. Trades at 88.95 with the bulls holding. 88.95 with the bulls holding. Do we have any buyers, please, to take us to 89.17? Looking for 89.17. 88.93, 86 must hold. 89.17 is the target. 89.1775 is the target. Trades at 88.95 with the bulls in charge. 37 seconds left in the 3-minute bar. Bulls hold the bar at 88.95. 88.93, 86 does need to hold. The bulls still hold the bar. Bulls holding the bar at 88.98. We're looking for 89.1775 from the bulls. 89.1775. 88.99.99 with the bulls owning the trade. Bulls own the trade. Bulls own the trade. 8900. Looking for 89.1775. The bulls own the trade. 89.1775. 89.1775. To the bulls, we're looking for 89.1775. We don't hold on to 88.93, 86. We have problems, bulls. 89.1775. 89.1775 is the target. Bulls still on the trade. Bulls, you need to take some risk here. You have to take some risk here, please. 88.99.99. You can't be weak up here. 89.1775 is the target. 89.1775, please. 88.99, 88.93, 86 must hold. 88.93 must hold at 8900. Be careful up here. Take some risk to 89.1775. On the 45 range, we are at the top of the trend line for the Fibonacci, 8900. Could have some weakness here to refuel. 8900. Gee whiz. Wow. tough. It's manic up here. All right, let's go back to our analytics and see what else we got. 472 impressions we had. And we now have 499 impressions. 499. Wow. Trades at 88.99. Come on. You have 7 minutes. We know at 9 o'clock. Something will happen at 9 o'clock. This is not going to be a non-event at 9 o'clock. 88.93, 86 must hold for the bulls. You let bears hold. You let bears get any sort of traction here. That would be one pitiful day. That would be pitiful. You're up 1.19%, bulls. Come on now. 88.93, 86 has to hold. Don't listen to anybody else out there too, by the way, guys. I'm telling you, counting bars, looking at price action, how it comes, how it holds. This is the art of the trade, okay? Trading is not a social experiment. Trading at 88.88. 88.93 has been broken, okay? So now what's going to happen is that the bears are going to take advantage, okay? So bulls, man, get your heads out of your you-know-what, okay? Yes, it can end up being where a penny is the difference between the trade having the inertia, the momentum, the everything to move. So don't be shamed by anybody that's talking to you about 25 cents or 50 cents or what are you doing, what are you doing? We all can see how much the trade's at, but are you looking at the trade? Or are you so busy putting people down? Is that what you're doing? You're too busy putting people down. It's an art form. There's a lot of science involved. There's a lot of patience. There's a lot of perseverance, consistency, perfection. You know, this is not some kind of sloppy drunk trade. This isn't a poker game. This might feel like a poker game to you, but it's not. It's no poker game. And man, oh man. And if it's December 10th, I can't wait for the day. The day cannot come fast enough. Don't get me started on these other forums, these Bitcoin forums that are out there that are absolutely just, ugh, I have no idea. And the trade shouldn't make you high either. The trade should not make you so euphoric, you know, that you're shouting obscenities and, you know, waking up the dead. It's ridiculous. Go watch Tarantino if you need that sort of excitement in your life. All right, 499 impressions, and we're going to go for 508. Wow-wee. I need to get in there and thank those people. My goodness, how in the world am I getting 508 impressions? Goodness gracious. Let's see, I want to grab a banner. Let's see. Here, I'll do this. I'll do this little bit right there. I'll do a tweet. I'll put a picture. Here we go. So then we'll see what happens with this one. And I really only have another moment here on YouTube, guys. Really need to get off at the top of the hour. 88.93, and you can see 88.93.86 had to hold for the bulls. So that's your number, okay? 88.93, or you understand, thereabouts. You can see that even on a Fibonacci, and this is one reason why you kind of want to use your tools on occasion, because the Fibonacci on the 15-minute bar, on a single bar, will give you a 45-degree trend line. So you can see how the trade really bumped up against this. So this acts as resistance, even though it's just a natural build on using the Fibonacci tool. We grab this very simple trend line here, and the trade has kept the trend. It's kept the trend. It broke the trend line. But the trade came back in, pushed it up towards the 45 on the fib, but we're still staying in this range. Not crazy that the, nobody wants to do anything. Nobody wants to take any stand. And somebody needs to do something. If not, as long as we still get higher, we're getting lower highs. We're getting higher lows. So that means that there's a lot of stress and a lot of, rats. It means that no one really wants to take the chance or the risk. And if you hear people talk about triangles, this is what they're talking about. Is it going to break out the triangle? So you can see you can perfect your triangle just by using that simple technique. Find yourself a lower trend line, rely on that, build yourself a Fibonacci on a 15-minute bar where you've got at least some sort of a swing. There's enough activity in a bar to at least have the drawing tool. And that drawing tool will give you that 45-degree angle. And that's how you're able to kind of manage things inside of there. But we'll see a terminus of this. And I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen. I was thinking at 9 o'clock. We'll give it a couple more minutes for the 9 o'clock hour to kind of settle in. Maybe at 5 minutes after the hour, I'll close up. Go back over to the tweet factory. Go top tweets. And then tweets. So already 100 impressions. 100. And I went from 508 to 518 impressions. And I didn't even put the YouTube video in. I just put a picture. So I don't know where the engagements are coming from though. So let's see. I've got 2 engagements from a Florian Becklemeyer liked my tweet. Thank you, Florian. And BitNetwork retweeted. Thank you, BitNetworker. So shout out to BitNetworker for retweeting. My goodness. Thank you, BitNetworker. I'll even send him a tweet. Thank you also to BitNetworker. BitNetworker. Really? Seth? What in the world have you been up to? Let me see. we go. All right, so there's a shout out to Bit Networker. Wow. And Spectre. And there we go on that one too. Anyone that retweets, thank you, Spectre. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go back to the trade. You guys are seeing me do some housekeeping here at 9:04. All right, looks like we've jumped the broom a little bit. It's a good sign at 9:04. Trades at 88.99.99. And I really only have one more minute, even though it looks... Oh my goodness, I hate to leave you guys. That's no fun. But I do think that YouTube prefers that I stay on, you know, somewhere around the hour. And if we do see any activity moving towards nearing the top, the double top, it's no problem for me to power up. So if you'd like, make sure that you subscribe. I know you guys know the drill. Make sure that you subscribe. Hit the notification button, although there's no guarantee that that always works for everyone. You can always reach out to me on Twitter. My DMs are open. And you can check prior videos and the description. We didn't put a description in this particular power-up on the Bitcoin moving. But I'm on a sort of a challenge a little bit to have 10,000 unique views by the end of the year. So it's not, if the price is moving, the price is moving, of course I'll power up. Then there's some other projects that I have and I power up to talk about those projects and so forth. But you can see the body of my work on YouTube. And if you're more interested in what in the world, what kind of a chart you're looking at and so forth, then there's lots of information that's deployed in the Nightbot. I'm very interested in how the Nightbot works. Hey, Will. What is it? What? What, Bay? What's going on? You're like, how long did it figure out? How long did it? I don't know. Every time I see you, I get excited. I'm like, oh my goodness, got Will's in the house. What's going on? Tell me. How you doing? I know, but it's been exciting since I met you. And then it was exciting 3 years before that. So, well, yeah. So, I mean, I'm happy to stay on and talk with you over at in the chat. And it's no harm, no foul for me to keep the stream up. Well, you're right. You're absolutely right. Oh, hi, family. Hi, Alfredo's family. Well, that's nice, Alfredo. Alfredo, you remember Will from Blab Days, right? Say hi to Will. Will, say hi to Alfredo from the Blab Days. Alfredo used to do the NASA space station. What did Alfredo? You used to be. Well, you're more famous than I am, definitely. But I appreciate that. So yeah, it is very exciting to see these price levels. I think that more recently you probably heard, you know, there's a certain tone, right, that becomes when the trade becomes sort of hobby money. Let's say, you know, meaning that the price of the trade is kind of more hobbyist. In fact, there was some discussion today that maybe we're kind of looking at the reality of the US dollar, but we're really not looking at what the power of Bitcoin is. So if this is just the beginning of how the US dollar looks at this, then of course, yes, it's very exciting. It's every enthusiast's dream to see the US dollar, but these, what Bitcoin means is still yet to it's still unknown. But yeah, and Block Digest is doing really well, Will. I'm not over at the Mumble. It's just much better for me to stay, on my own, air quote, on my own property. And but man, they did really well. They did some great work. They got a fantastic compliment from the Bitcoin Meister. It was either yesterday or the day before. I mean, just a beautiful, glowing, remarks about what that show has done. Actually, Alfredo, only because I just can't spread myself that thin. But thank you for the invite. So anyway, and there's some reasons too, Alfredo, and I don't want to really say them out loud, but if you just kind of do a search, right? Go into an incognito window and do a search and really have an idea of what that's all about. And there are more and more of these sorts of platforms to get people interested and buying in, and it's very expensive. It's not like it's more expensive than, having an account on Coinbase, for example. And here we go. So I'm glad that I stayed with you guys. Let me get the chat down. Here we're at 89.29.97, and I was looking for 89.16, so we have surpassed that. I had said that 89.16.14 really needed to hold for the bulls to just say, hey, listen, get out of our way. The high would be 89.46.57. 89.46.57 is the next price that we're looking at, would give us at the double top. We will run into some resistance. There's a couple things that can happen when we're up here. We can run into resistance and the trade will collapse in on itself. There'll be profit taking. There'll be shorts that will come in to take advantage if there is not continued risk taking. And that's really what it is. This is not investing, in my opinion. This is families getting together and convening, seeing how palatable this is, how real it feels. And I understand all these things, the energy around this it's phenomenal. And that phenomenon with a family can connect a family. And I think that that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of almost like Black Friday buying in a way, or, like crazed weekend, holiday weekend buying. So it may not even look like a traditional trade, even when we get to the 89.46, which we're very close to. Right now, 89.46.57. 89.40 is the trade. We're looking for 46.57. I'll go into the auction mode right now. We're looking for 89.46.57 on the trade right now. Do we have 89.46.57, which would take us to the double top? I'll make sure about that, though. Let me make sure. Let me make sure. 89.48 is one price I have, and 89. So I'm going to go with this bar, 89.45, 89.48, 89.48. Let me see if I can change this. Dang, this is hard. 89.48. I don't know why that is not staying. See if I can keep that to stay. 89.48. 89.45 is the trade, and 89.51. Congratulations, we are now at an all-time high for BTC USD Coinbase at 89.51.49, up only 1.77% on the session. That's another thing about this trade, is that the session amount isn't going to queue up like it does with the traditional, with the legacy markets, which that number is very important, you know, on the session side. So we're up 1.79% on the session, trading at 89.5260, now having trumped 89.48. 89.48 was the reach, and we're now at 89.5260. So let's see what's going to happen here. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of us. Let me get back into my chat. And where did my chat go? I think it's behind. Oh, there it is there. Move this off to the side. I actually have two chats going. That's why. All right, the trade's at 89.5460, 89.5460. I will have to open up the chart a little bit so that we can look for higher targets. If you want me to do that, I'll do that right now. So what we'll do is that we'll balance it out to the 2-hour. Squeeze this in. We know that the trade's at 89.58. 89.79 will be the first next target. 89.79.74 based on this Fibonacci swing there. So we have 89.79, and then let's keep moving to the left of the chart and see what else we have. 89.92.12 would be the secondary target, and 92.12 and 88.03. No, we've done 88.03. We've done 88.03, and I think that's it. It's as far 92.12. 92.12. You guys remember that? 92.12. Now let's go back to the 15-minute bar. 92.12. And then what was the next one? Pardon me. Probably be a little crazy here. 89.79.74 is the next. Let me get that on YouTube. 89.79.74 is our next target. 89.79.74, and then the next target was 92. I'll go back over. See what it was, but I think it was 92, probably 92.12, I think it was. I might remember. Okay. Going back into 3 minutes. And kind of see how this all happened. Remember, once again, we have that lower trend line that we built, very simple trend line that we built only on 2 tags. The trend line was supported. The rejection, of course, to go even further down, buyers came in. We also got a little flag of rejection on the 45 from the Fibonacci swings. Very simple to build this. And then, of course, the power move to take us to 89.60. We needed 89.48 to win the trade, at 89.61, and the bulls are in charge. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous move, and Ruby just, you know, sincerely, I don't know what the problem is with people. I really don't. Ruby went long at 81.59.53. There has been no rejection whatsoever. Just incredible, wonderful move. I talked about this a couple of days ago about what it's like to survive the 96. You have to be willing, especially at these prices, you do have to be willing to set your sights high and look at where you will be. You have plenty of time to get back in. There was some sideways slosh in here, lots of reasons to not be in. But knowing that that Ruby was still long, the Ruby was still long, that once the 8 separated from the 12, the trade just took off. And it's been marvelous. This is a little extended. This is what's called hyperextension. So there will be some, with hyperextension, you have hyperventilation, lots of people trying to figure out if they want to take profit, get out, or go ahead and take the short, take the risk to go short. So it can get very weird up here, okay? Very, very odd. Okay, go back to the 3-minute bar and go here. And so for those traders that were even out at 88, I'm sorry, yeah, at 8,800, now the 89.61 is on the table right now. 89.61. I hope you guys are hearing those prices. Anybody hear those prices? Can I get a woot woot from the chat? Here I was, if you watched my video when I did the 5,000 call, I mean, I was just like swimming in my own tears, you know. Will, so that chances of going over 92.12 is slim. Thanks, Will. No, not really, Will. If you look at it as just, it's part of the structure of price, just look at it that way. If, let's say, if you've ever watched a high rise, you know, high rises, they build a floor and then they carry up the next ledge, right? Not everything is done by a crane. Some things are done just simply that they'll leave a hole in the floor and they'll push it back up. So the way that the trade works, or the way that price becomes structured and firm, and all of these things like creating base, like look at Litecoin, that would be a good example, or a lot of the altcoins creates base, and that's like a foundation or a basement for the price to be supported to then move up and so forth. Now, as it moves up, there's ledges, lots of different things that are made part of the structure of price, if you want to have that conversation. So, for example, I could have just thrown out, not even discussing with anybody how I got that price, and just kind of thrown it out there, and then it would seem some sort of magic, right, when it got there. Or it would be some sort of magic if it got there and then fell down. But it's all there. And it's not tarot cards or anything like that. These are just Fibonacci swings. I mean, I can say that I select where I'm going to establish a Fibonacci swing so that you're not looking at every high and low wick and seeing tens and tens of Fibonacci's, for example. So I pick them wisely. Sometimes it's not a mystery to me. It's just like knowing if you've ever seen a really good designer, even in your field, something that's just done well, and they can't always tell another person why what they do is good, but it ends up being good or it's not. And there's more times where it's good than it's not. So does that make, I hope that makes sense to you, but yeah. So you can see we talked about that traders might not want to have this risk on, and that they would take advantage. And so we're seeing the trade pull back. So it's the same sort of thing, though. The trade just has to hold on. And that's what the benefit is of having this little Fibonacci in there. Now, more than likely, I won't keep this in here because it was done. I know exactly what it was done for. We had one 15-minute bar that was just luscious, okay? And that's not enough. But it was enough for us to go on YouTube and talk about what was happening with the trade, because it's more like what's called a progressive Fibonacci. So we chose this very narrow piece of time, just a moment in time. And yet that moment in time does the same thing that a 3-month chart would do. So it's not like the 3-minute necessarily acts any differently than the 3-month. But you have to have some confidence to to see that, and of course be aware. But when I think, especially for YouTube, unless you've like seen the body of someone's work, right? And especially if they're not just saying it, but they're act like, like a lot of my work is documented. That's what the cool thing about being on YouTube is that it's documented. At any point in time, I can go back and I can listen and re-listen and see what the logic was and what other thing I need to know that I may have missed, or is the trade not responding to the things that I know? And this was, one of the attractions from knowing the legacy market to moving into Bitcoin so many years ago, was that it was the most difficult trade that I had ever been involved with. And so anyone that would ever say, oh, this is the easiest trade known to man, no, it's been the easiest trade to buy and hold. But this is not the easiest trade known to man at all, if you're a trader. And so that we understand, a trader, you're trading your money for risk, right? And so clearly, for anyone's portfolio to have bought and hold at any moment, from the minute that I could say from the minute that you met me, to just buy and hold, that would have been a good trade for your fiat to hold, right, over time. The thing about a trader is that you're trying to use your equity to the most advantage at the right time. It has to be appropriate. It has to be the right size. It has to be so many different things. And, it's an occupation of, well, it's everything. It's the hardest work you'll ever do. But anyway, that's just too much. I'll be quiet. I was going to have some water. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so we can see that up here, I'll move the trade over just a little teeny bit so you guys can see. So here we are. The trade definitely did fall off. It's not so bad though. Trade is still holding up, and it could actually begin to look, this doesn't even look like really anything that harsh. I never like to see where there's a dust in a stall. It's always better to see some, healthy bars come in and really, make a statement. So these little bars up here can just, it's just full of dust, and puts people on, price right now at 89.40. People might think, I've been in this all day long. I've done really well, and I might just kind of walk away. But we knew that something was going to happen at 9, and there's the 203 bar, and there's the 9 o'clock bar right there. So right as it nudged up against the 45 degree of the Fibonacci swing tool, then we got the move up right here. So I don't really think this is a J hook. I think that wick that came down is a testing wick, but here we are. Here we are. $89.15. Let's go back over to, I'll go into Twitter in just a little bit. Let's go over to TweetDeck. Remind everybody about how we put together the TweetDeck. Do it however you would like to, but these are my columns that I use. And the BitMEX Rect, of course, is a really interesting overview of activity, of course, over at BitMEX, but that does kind of migrate and spill over into the onto the other exchanges for sure. So we had liquidations of longs here, 8,800 contracts. I'm sorry, 62,600, 170,000 liquidated contracts here. So that would have been a very interesting pullback. These are all liquidation longs, which means that the chart goes south, as we can see here. Okay. First column is just straight up Bitcoin and no retweets, which is what that means. No retweets right there. BitMEX, cryptocurrency, no retweets. Bitfinex because Bitfinex was on that little bit of hiatus for and let's see what's going on in the world of the wallets. Let's go to Trezor, see who's like advertising the Trezor. And then the word crypto. So Bitcoin, BitMEX, Rect, cryptocurrency, and the fourth one I use for anything that is kind of like high on my mind or top of mind and so forth. We'll see. 44 minutes ago, people were talking about the Trezor, and if I go to Bitcoin wallet, can someone get me a Bitcoin wallet for Christmas? 6 minutes ago. Creating the world's first Bitcoin wallet for the blind. Wow. Ron Bitcoin, 7 minutes ago. My goodness, creating the world's first Bitcoin wallet for the blind. For the blind, for the blind. My goodness, what a story that is. All right, 89.30, 89.40. And the Bears still run the show. All right, guys. Okay, so is there Bitcoin for the blind? So they're trying to facilitate Bitcoin wallets, for the blind. I'll get there. $89, $17, $72, $27, pardon me, has to hold. All right, so how about now? Is it cool that I kind of close things up now? So just let me know. We can leave the chat open over at the live chat if you guys want me to give you that link. I can give you that link. And actually, I don't know, Alfredo. Where would I get the, hold up. Okay, pardon me, you guys, while I sort something out here. So pardon. Okay, I'll go to live streaming. Okay, so that live chat went away, didn't it? But if you wanted to, because I've just been spending a lot more time over at YouTube. If you want to, you can always check in and see what we've been trying to do is kind of secure the live dashboard chat. I'm just trying something that's a little different. I know that it's not TeamSpeak, it's not, but it's YouTube, it's a live dashboard, we have a live chat, and it's kind of cool. I just don't really know what the, like when it starts to run ragged. So, Will, if that's your DM over at Twitter, then I'll write you over there. But you're hooked up with me here. I think that Run really has, I don't know, he's back to his gaming kind of thing. And then, of course, I kind of dedicated quite a bit of, almost 4 months or so over at Bitcoin Mumble. And, we're always, everybody's always jumping around. And, I'm still working on trying to do a message bot for Ruby. And I've been gathering quite a bit of data and information. I did meet a very cool guy that runs a messenger called Zupcoin, which is really cool. And he's over at Facebook. He's just a single shop. Aw, well, thank you. Thank you so much, Will. It was just, every day somebody talks about Blab. And I don't know why we all met each other. I don't, I have no idea how that all happened. But it is just something else. I mean, if I was to string everybody together of all the people that I met, that somehow it's the coolest thing. It's just it doesn't even matter. We could not speak for months, right? And the magic that was created there, I mean, it's really something. And so much that I've learned about the internet, I think has really helped. I don't know, perseverance, I guess, or not becoming lazy with your life. The internet has really kept me on my toes. And here we go. So the shorts are going to take advantage of this at 88.82, 88.81. Whether it's profit taking or whatever, they're really running their course. 88.93 really needed to hold. The halfway point is 88.76. 88.76.20 would be the halfway mark. Anything below there, then we're looking, of course, at retesting. You can see how the 8 is starting to really flounder a little bit. It's showing the volatility. The 8 and the 12, however, are working in concert with one another. So they're separated by, a healthy distance. So we're not in a no trade zone whatsoever. Ruby's still strong, but it's tough up here. We talked about that a little bit ago. So we can see that it wants to hold on to the halfway mark. 88.76.20 is the price it needs to really hold on to. Once again, there's volatility at that 45-degree angle on the Fibonacci and the trend line. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I hope you guys can see that. And now maybe you can see too that there's a formation of a channel probably. And what we'll notice is that if this holds and survives and moves up again, then we'll have a pretty decent channel. Look at that power move coming off of the 45-degree from the Fibonacci swing. So we now know that that candle is really running a lot of price right now, whether it's bots or algos or traders that just work the trade. That we're getting some very key points in. So they're coming in. The longs are like, screw that. Screw that. We're gonna keep on going here. 89.11, 89.17.27 really holds the bulls. 89.17.27. Guys are gonna get tired of me saying that price. 89.17.27. Trades at 89.11, 89.12.17. The bulls are running this little volatility here. Coming back in. Okay, I'll be back on mic for just a wee bit here. Yeah, all the no, Will. Um, we've shared a lot of, books and I mean, why don't you challenge me with that? Let me see if I can find some articles that deal with this specific technique. And see if I can find some, air quote experts that talk about it. Okay? I will do that for you. Um, I'm trying to think if it's Trader Dante. Okay, look up this guy, Trader Dante. I believe he uses the technique. Trader Dante, FT71. He uses the volume profile, in which case I believe that he also uses the technique. And then what we can do is, I'm trying to recall what the professional name of it is, and it's called, I don't want you to, I'll ask Quiet about what it's called on the platform where you're scaling, okay? It's called scaling position, okay? Sorry, I had a little bit of a brain loss there. Okay, we can see that there's a lot of dust in here right now. Dust right at that 89.17. That's just nuts, right? That's just crazy business right there. All right, I'll be right back. You guys are cool. I'll be just right back, okay? Okie dokes. All right, let me get rid of the Be Back Soon banner. And okay, so now they're just going to drive us crazy up here, I guess. Do you guys have any thoughts about what you think you're seeing? Any thoughts at all? 88.7620 is the halfway mark. Just right below this. Just keep an eye on it, I guess. I'm not really much on wanting to go around back and forth on the internet too much right this moment. Will's question is there any reason we would see a big pullback? Yes, there are a few reasons. Any one of the stories about the exchanges could take off. That's one thing. Any kind of like life-threatening event. A developer that wasn't responding, or something that was like catastrophic. Um, I think the biggest threat now probably is the exchanges that are unregulated, that are participating, but they're not being made a component of, especially when we go live on the CME. And, that could be a problem. Any kind of handcuff situation or anything that's kind of life-threatening, or an argument that can't be healed. Now, you definitely should take a listen to any interviews or the conferences that are going on to pick up on the contention and the confusion that's coming into the marketplace because people didn't go into the learning curve early enough. And I'll use myself as an example. I know how to earn, but I knew that it was time for me to get in there and roll up my sleeves and start to learn. Because there was a lot of things that I knew. Now it's different to know them and be a pundit or a talking head or have, an opinion, right? It's much better to remain an observer, right? Because I'm not a writer or a journalist. I don't really have to come up with an opinion for the public. So I knew that, especially when I ran into, I've known, of several people that know the engineering, the code. Andreas Antonopoulos has been, like on my front line from the very beginning. So, there's some things that I get, but I knew that there was a tremendous amount about this that I did not know a thing about. And without being so far away from ever having a PhD in the world of coding or even able to read code, that I had better start hanging around people that's all that they talked about. And I did. And thank goodness, the Bitcoin mumble, that the sky would open up and allow for them to have a place where this is the essence of what they're interested in, is the maintenance of, Satoshi's, it's horrible that it's been turned into a meme, but Satoshi's vision. So I think that I did that at the right time. However, I do think that a lot of them are still so ingrained in the life of troll that it's really hard to navigate their waters. And I thought that maybe the Block Digest would allow for more people, more, average interested persons to just kind of sit in and what's called, monitor these conversations. And this happens in good universities. They will allow you to come in and sit and monitor. And it's not moderating, it's just monitoring and observing and taking notes and just so that you could absorb something. And so I think that the next thing, if it's not on the exchange side, it will be some sort of, catastrophic misunderstanding, and that could bring the price down. So, um, if we were to just kind of isolate that, it will either be something that's inorganic, as an exchange going down, like inorganic, or it'll be very organic and have a lot to do with ego. So it could be electronic or it could be the ego that will bring it down. But the trade is whimsical enough and it's floating around or wafting under 10,000 enough now that we'll be able to see something catastrophic happen. If you're in the trade, you will be given certain things. Certain things are going to tell you. But we'll get a lot of people, oh my God, I'm just getting up. What am I looking at? What am I seeing? Why didn't I put my alarms on? I mean, clearly, everyone needs to have an alarm at the 200 EMA on a 60-minute chart. That's just a great place to start. You know that Ruby's built with the 243. That's a great, like no one wants to lose down to the 243. What you want to be able to do is sell up above the 8, and reload at the 243 once it stabilizes down there. If it's catastrophic, I think everyone probably has most of my numbers. They're still all on the chart as to what the potential is. And it's just like a good Fibonacci. The potential is from here to the 50%. So you just cut it in half. I mean, that's what can happen. It's just part of structure. It's possible. And I think that, what I call you can't fix stupid. And as smart as these men are, I think that they're still trying to sort out they're getting a lot of attention. They're becoming heroes and celebrities in their own right. Everyone's clamoring to get their attention, what they have to say. And I listen to all the conferences, and rarely do I hear something that I haven't heard that's brand new. So they're just getting the chance to actually speak to, to people that they want to pay them. They want to hear about what they have to say. They want to write about them. And so, like so many things, ego could really hurt this thing. Ego could hurt. But you'll be given all sorts of fair warning. So, and even with Mount Gox, I mean, I was, screaming at the rooftops, the trade was really not healthy. So right now, this is healthy. And we've done this in a method and a way that has let people get out if they needed to get out. Lots of really great levels to just get out and see how this thing could work. And let me see, what else can I say about that? without sounding redundant. Plus, I've got my earbuds on, so I have to, can't necessarily hear myself when I've got those darn things in. So, there's a lot of eyes on this, um, towards the 10,000. And now that the mainstream media is on this and there's less, you'll notice there's less Reddit problems, and Twitter runs a lot of the news, of course. But mainstream isn't going to let this thing go. So mainstream's going to be pushing out all sorts of crazy stuff. And but when the trade is the trade and the trade is moving and there's percentages, and as I was saying earlier, there's bots that are moving and algorithms that are churning. The what we understand as being the um, financial media, they will respond. So they won't wait. I mean, this is on Bloomberg Terminal, and I've had the pleasure of being able to look at the trade on the Bloomberg Terminal just as a price, and they're on it. So we'll know. We'll know. And then, you've always got your billion candle girl here. So I'm always an asset. I think that's pretty funny. So you could always listen to me. Just wait until what does Beauty have to say about it? What I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. It is. This is what I do. Okay, so let me I'll just talk about some things here. This is why I don't understand, Will. You know? Like, okay, first of all, I know stuff. Two, there's more stuff to learn. Three, I've been coming to YouTube with this under the no guru status, and I still have trolls. Like it's just the whole thing is insane. I feel like the trade. I don't even think that's even going to trade. I don't think it's going to change if the trade's $25,000. I really don't. I've been in since $12.50, and I cannot rid myself of the trolls. I just don't get it. And I'm pretty sure that most people are so sick of me talking about this, but I seriously don't get it. This trade is at $8,900 a coin. Why would you, for a minute, want to spend a moment of your life trolling me? I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's really something else. And I'm hearing numbers too, Will. I am hearing numbers from the shilling, the affiliate shillings, and the contributions to the donations. I mean, I'm hearing numbers that are, full-time money numbers. They don't even have to trade. They don't have to put any risk on what's been built from the moment that I told IDEO about the way that I thought this trade should go down. And, you know, they don't ever have to take any risk. All that's passive, by the way. That is passive income. And there are a few of us that have worked at this very, very hard. I have no clue as to why they would find it even fascinating to troll me. I mean, what did I wrote? I wrote those stupid Twitter accounts that have been put on my. I lost 248. Now this is me now. 248 Twitter followers in the last 28 days. Lost. So it's like I am part of the most thrilling event currently in the history of man, and I lost 248 Twitter followers in the last 28 days. I mean, who's doing the math? I don't know. I am never, ever going to stop talking about how I can't fix stupid. I need to put that in my message bot. I cannot fix stupid. And another thing that really bothers me is that the only reason that I came to Blab, as you well know, was because Sean and Furcon told me that we could do real-time price charts there, right? They knew that I was in Bitcoin. They knew that I was a trader. They knew that I wanted to bring over a trading community. I mean, I don't get any of that. The fact that they, I mean, it's just ridiculous. The whole thing. Can I tell you what price was when we all met each other? When that Slack channel started? You know, it's just, I can remember that there were guys that would actually come out and say to me, I don't like Bitcoin. Those were their words. I don't like Bitcoin. It's like, okay, all right. Actually, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Okay, we have to go back in time. That's what we'll do. Do a week. No, lovey. We met. Okay, so we've been through 2016. It was June of, remember, this is the Coinbase pair. June 2015. So I want to say this is basically when they were coming in. And this is Bitcoin on Coinbase, of course. Okay. I'll go to June 2015, right? Because we're in 2017. We were all together in 2016. And so 2015, I know that I came online November of 2016, right? 2016. Okay. Is that right? No, 15. So we'll just take it somewhere in here. This is where the trade was, dude. This is where the trade was. Bitcoin. This is where it was. We no lie. This is on the week. This is where we were. Look at all this work. Look at all this opportunity. Opportunity, 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 opportunity. Actually, you see this? That line right there? This is when I did last year's. Now, it doesn't look like right because the scale that it's in on the week. I did a next year's projection. That projection broke at 27.14. I think that's what it was, something like that. Look at all these markings. 2372, 2694, 3000, 3983, 4216. I mean, and then look at all, these are all Fibonacci swings, by the way, to bring us all the way up here. It's unbelievable, right? Okay, so I'll go back. Go back into the 3 minute, I guess, right? Just absolutely insane. And that's the Bitcoin Coinbase pair. I should have really shown the Finex pair, but that's okay. That's all right. Absolutely nuts. I know. I know. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, what do people want? What do they want? Because I don't know what kind of social media expert, I don't know how many books you have to sell. I don't know how many, expert consultation, anything. I know why I came on to Blab. I'm the one that came onto Blab and kept doing what I was doing on Blab. And I mean, and this is after, 3 years. of being in the trade. When I connected with them, and I had tried everything. I had tried every platform, every one of the reasons why I really thought the Blab was the place. I mean, we could have blown minds, and that's just my genre. But clearly, I'll never get over it. It's just so stupid. I mean, it's beyond belief. And then, of course, Sean has to block me, and Brittany blocks me, and just the stupidity is just beyond belief, and I don't get it. I don't get super trolls, man. Super trolls, those people. That's all I can think. That's all that it has to be. And they're so smart, too. So smart. So that's what I mean. You get that ego conflicted with the old troll, with the money. And this is really a wild recipe for, this isn't just infighting. This is where they are threatening one another, just like they have seen their friends do on the internet. And someone, because you've already heard about Jameson Lopp, right? I mean, there are people that are going to go too far with this, and they're going to get overly emotional, and so that's what I mean. If that isn't put in order, something very weird could happen. So we're looking at a lot of dust up in here, and I think that it's probably because YouTube is not going to give me any credit, not one bit of credit for me staying on this long. And as much of it as a joy, it's kind of weird to just keep talking to myself. And I don't know what I should do. You guys tell me. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to stay on? What do you want? You want to stay on and see if anything happens? What do you want to have happen? Oh, because all you need to do is just let me know that you're going to leave. Because the chat is so weird like that, without you talking to me in voice. So, and like all these people that weren't part of Bitcoin, like I still want to talk to them, because we were, okay, then that's what we'll do then. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Then just kind of look for my tweet, I guess, if you wanted to. And then I'll check over at the Twitter if that's your message that's over there. So why don't we do this? Let me see what my bot has been telling you guys. All right, we'll just wrap it up here. Guys, thank you very, very much. You have been listening to. You have been spending time with the BeautyBubble experience. This has been Bitcoin Moving with the BeautyBubble experience. I'm BeautyBubble. You can follow me here on YouTube as we strive to hit 10,000 lifetime viewers before the end of the year. I'm praying that will actually happen. Be very, very cool. My DMs are open over at Twitter. We have the Nightbot running, so it's really cool like that, where you receive trader rules that are mine, and you receive lots of different things that I have out there that teach you about the Ruby trade, which is the chart that I exclusively use, and that has been, it's exclusive, right, Will? It's so exclusive. And let me see, what else can I say? I go live when I damn well kind of feel like it. It is many times predicated on price action, but I can't always, like get to it right away. But especially when the trade is just kind of being very lackadaisical, and then something really knee-jerk happens, I'm like, wait a minute, we better get in there and do something. So we go live. Everything is archived, and I've got a couple of playlists that might, interest you. But the chat is taken as a full chat and placed in the archive of the event as a comment if you are here part of the replay people. And I want to thank also whatever's going over on Twitter for the impressions that I'm getting on the YouTube tweet. Thank you very, very much for that. I appreciate it. There's some really good conferences out there. Definitely check, just go over to TweetDeck, man. Build that TweetDeck out so that you can become connected with some of the things that are out there, the writings that are out there, and the who's who of Bitcoin that are out there just going and yapping through and across the globe. So anyway, that's all that there is. We've been on for a little bit now, and I thank you and appreciate everyone so much, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye now.